Let's get right to Natalie at the Vatican with all the news. Natalie, good morning to you.
And good morning to you, Savannah and Matt. And just taking a look at some of the many headlines here in Rome this morning. This one here speaking about the surprise and thrilled reaction from Catholics around the world with the election of the Argentinian Cardinal, Jorge Bergoglio. Another paper here calling him Francesco el Papa del Poveri, meaning the Pope of the Poor, as he is known for his humility and his calm in touch. And even the fact that he chose to be called Francis for St. Francis of Assisi, who rejected wealth and embraced the life of poverty, is significant. St. Francis believed he was called upon by God to rebuild the church, as that too is now Pope Francis's mission, to reform the Catholic Church and bring it into the 21st century. Pope Francis began his first full day as pontiff praying at the Basilica of Santa Maria Maggiore in Rome this morning. Last night, white smoke pouring from the chimney atop the Sistine Chapel, signaling a pope had been elected. And after 2 days of conclave meetings and 5 rounds of voting, Cardinal Jorge Mario Bergoglio, the former Archbishop of Buenos Aires, became Papa of 1.2 billion Catholics around the world.
I was delighted because I've been, having worked so long in Latin America, I was really hoping that one of these times we'd come up with a Latin American, and here we did.
While his papacy became effective immediately, the newly elected head of the Catholic Church will be formally installed at a ceremonial mass here at the Vatican early Tuesday morning. From the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica, Francis, the first pope from Latin America, wearing the traditional white robe, addressed the tens of thousands who gathered in the square below and the millions watching worldwide.
Fratelli e sorelle, buonasera.
The 76-year-old pope prayed for the church, the papacy, and for retired Pope Benedict. He then asked the faithful to pray for him.
Questa preghiera de voi su di me.
He's our Papa, we're behind him all the way.
And Pope Francis will be celebrating Mass later today at the Sistine Chapel with the cardinals who elected him. He's also expected to meet in private with his predecessor, Pope Emeritus Benedict, in the next few days ahead of his inaugural Mass on Tuesday. Meanwhile, President Obama was one of the first world leaders to congratulate the new pope, saying as the first pope from the Americas, his selection also speaks to the strength and the vitality of a region that is increasingly shaping our world, and alongside millions of Hispanic Americans, those of us in the United States share the joy of this historic day. Certainly a momentous occasion, Matt.
All right, Natalie, we'll have much more from you a little later on.